Welcome to Yoga Flow. So today's class is going to have a more first chakra focus on it. So it's going to be a lot on the feet, a lot of grounding, maybe holding some poses a little bit longer than we normally do. So I recommend having a block if you've got 2 blocks on each side of your mat. And if you don't, just don't forget to move one block to the other side for triangle, extended side angle, and half moon when we get there. Otherwise, we will also have a strap, band, whatever it is that you have, and we're going to start standing. So you can just put that around the back of your neck here and just let it drape. And then find maybe hip width apart here. So hips, knees, and toes are tracking. I'm just going to move forward and back, and then side to side. Good. And then coming back to center, I'm just kind of feeling that centering, that equal weight distribution in my feet. I have soft knees. Big inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, nice and tall. Touching palms together, maybe here, turning away. Grow taller from crown to tail. We'll go again. Big inhale, reach and lengthen, nice and tall, touching palms together. This time, look up there. Good. Exhale, hands into heart center. Creating an intention for your practice. What would you like to give or receive? Now, I did mention this was a little bit more first chakra emphasis, so maybe the color red, or maybe the word grounding, grounded, rooted. And once you have that set, we'll take it back up and grow taller once more. Let's pick this up a little bit here. So big inhale and reach. Exhale, take that down, pressing through the feet, coming all the way up. And we'll take that again. And taking it all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. And arms come down. Grab your strap. We're going to thread that strap between the pointer and the thumb. Good. So come pretty tight here, out, greater than your body's width apart. We're going to take this up. We're just going to side bend. Now I'm going to my left, and as I side bend to my left, I'm pressing through my right side. I'm breathing and expanding and moving through center. Take that over to the right or opposite side. And take that back and bring that down. Good. So we're going to take this into Pilates Vitality Wheel. And I know this is a yoga class, but this is a great one, and it works just as well. Same purposes. So we'll take this up here. I'm going to move, shift towards my left, reach, bend the knees as you come down, move through center, coming up and open, and then we'll reverse that. Taking it down, coming up. We'll do that one more time through, just taking it down, see curving. Good. And I just think it's a nice little warm up here for the back a little bit, and coming back where we started. Good. I'm going to leave this strap right here. I'm just going to turn sideways for a side view. So we're going to open up the shoulders again here. So basically, you're going to move this at your range of motion without popping your chest forward to make it work. And if you can't take your arms behind you without bending your elbows, take a wider grip on your strap and just move forward and back. Keep the belly button zipped up and in. Good. And then, there's my full range of motion. And then as I come back this next time, find your sweet spot, which might not be your full range of motion. So you saw me just take this back to my hips, but my sweet spot where I feel maximum stretch is right about here. I'm just going to breathe through that. Good. And then we'll take that up and take that down. Have this handy. We'll come back to it at the end of class. But from here, when we're ready, good. From here, I'm going to take my feet just a little bit wider apart. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, I'm bending the knees as I come down here. So from a side view, maybe you kind of look like this. And I'm just kind of coming into a little bit of a dangle. Maybe shaking the head, yes. Shaking the head no. Maybe playing with bending the knees a little bit more and then just lengthening a little bit. So feeling a little bit more engagement in the back of the hamstrings here. Good. And then pressing through, coming all the way back up. Good. From here, from the top of the mat, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips and we'll fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step back into a plank pose, knees lifted or grounded. Good. Now hold the plank. Press the mat away from you. Good. And then if you're a flower, you can shift forward slightly, knees lifted or grounded, and then try not to collapse as you lower all the way to the floor. Good. And we'll untuck the toes here. Taking the hands back by the hips, palms can be up or turned down. That will be your choice. Good. Belly button is in. Just lift the upper. Careful not to crunch. Reach through the fingertips and take that down. Good. Belly button in. Just lift the lower. And take that down. On this last one, you can lift just the upper, just the lower, or upper and lower together. Belly button in. When you're ready, find yours. And come down. Good. Taking the hands under the shoulders, moving forward just a little bit and to the side, relaxing through the elbows. Belly button in, finding maybe a baby cobra here. If that feels okay and you want to move on, no crunching of the spine, maybe find a medium cobra. Shoulders are in their pockets and I'm not hanging in my low back. Maybe a higher cobra. And if you have it and you want it, lower down a little bit, tuck the toes, finding a full upward facing dog. I do mine on the tops of the feet, but you can do this on the toes as well. And then we'll lower that back down. Good. So wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then when you're ready, you can tuck the toes, push up into plank, shift back down dog, or follow me through tabletop, lifting up, finding the first down dog. I'm going to walk this dog here. So I'm just going to bend one knee and then the other. You can also lift the heels and drop the heels or bend and lengthen the legs. But as you're moving here, pay attention to form elsewhere. So fingers are still spread wide. You're still rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, the pointer, and thumb. My hands are in and forward into my mat. My shoulders are in their pockets. My head and neck are free. Belly button is in. Good. We'll find some stillness if we took some movement. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway to the block, the floor, shins or thighs, long spine. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, and tension. We're going to go through that 2 more times a little bit quicker. Take any back bend of your choice that we just did, or you can skip the flow entirely and come to down dog or child's pose. You can also work on a plank. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. And from down dog, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale when we lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip the flow. I'm going to skip this one personally. Good. And once you've made it back to your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. Okay, we're gonna go right into a tree pose from here. So you can also come to a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture if you need that. But I'm going to start on the left side. So left hip, knee, and toe are going to track forward, and this knee is soft. Now you'll see me look down a little bit here. That's my gazing point, something not moving in front of me. But I'm going to zip up through the front body, and then choose where you need your tree. Is it kickstand? Do you take it to the calf? Do you take it to the thigh? So if you've got slippery pants, this may not work, but the trick is pressing thigh and heel into each other. Good. And then once you're here, can you press into big toe and pinky toe mounds in the heel? So try not to hang in the hip. And you can take your arms and hands anywhere you want to take them. And we breathe. And we're going to be here for a while, so you're really going to feel it today. Think about rooting into that floor like a tree roots into the ground. Stay with your breath. Good. And when you're ready, carefully come out of there and shake out the supporting leg. All right, we're going to take that to the other side. So hip, knee, and toe track forward. Good. Softness in this knee. Find your gazing point that's not moving in front of you. So you choose, is it going to be kickstand? Is it going to be the calf? Is it going to be the thigh? Good. Don't press on the knee. Good. And then pressing into big toe and pinky toe mounds, pressing into the heel. Could you grow taller just a little bit as we breathe? Find your roots. Maybe smile. Good. And then when you're ready, carefully come out of your tree and shake out that supporting leg. Okay, from here, we are going to step out wide. So as you step out wide, look to make sure your toes are in alignment with each other, pressing through the outer edges of the feet. So the edges of your feet and the edges of your mat are parallel to each other. Zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips and we'll fold. Good. Just take the hands down, find a wide-legged table. For right now, this might be, enough for you. Or maybe you choose to just bend the elbows and keep going here. Keep a little softness in your knees. Still press through the outer edges of the feet so we're not collapsing into the inner arches. And we'll breathe. Good. And then when you're ready, pressing through the outer edges of the feet, we're going to come up here. Little bit of a bend in the knee. Take the hands to the thighs and we'll come up. We're going to go right into a warrior two. So we're going to start going in this direction here. So hip, knee, and toe of this leg is going to turn out towards my mat. Hip, knee, and toe of this leg is going to turn inward. And as you turn inward, you can have a heel to heel alignment, heel to arch alignment, or take this leg out wider. You find it. And then once you're ready, being mindful, hip, knee, and toe in that front track. Maybe front hip needs to come back just a little bit more. Give yourself a glance down. Can you see those front toes? If not, take that toe more forward. And we're going to breathe right here for a little bit. It's often thought of as an easy pose. It's not when you're here for several breaths. And as you're here, what comes up for you? Do you need to come back to your intention, the color red? Is it grounding, being rooted? Get into both heels, both edges of the feet. Inhale, exhale, we'll lengthen, come out of there. Both feet are going to come back forward. Inhale and reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. Good. Maybe you do it the same way. Maybe you do it a different way. Pressing through the outer edges of the feet. Little bit of a bend in the knees. Coming all the way back up. Exhale, hands in the heart center. We're going to take that to the other side. So now this leg, hip, knee, and toe are going to turn towards the side. This leg, hip, knee, and toe are going to turn inward. Find the alignment that works for you, and it might be slightly different from the other side. Heel to heel, heel to arch, or a little bit wider, and then find your warrior two. Watch your knee tracking. Zip up through the front body. Finding breath. Finding a smile. Finding the front heel, the back heel, the edges of the feet. And then when you're ready, we'll lengthen and we'll come back to center. Turn that foot in. Good. From here, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. This time we're going to find a twist. So my right hand's going to come under my face. I'm going to shift my hips to the left. I'm going to open to the left. Really look up there if you can. Really press that floor away from you. We're still strong in the feet. Inhale, exhale, take that back down, hips back center. Left hand comes under the face, shifting the hips to the right, open to the right. Look up there. Stay in the feet. Press away from the floor. And coming back center, hips back to center. Little bit of a bend in the knees, coming all the way up. Good. Hips, knees, and toes turn out away from the body. We'll come into a little bit of a sunrise flow here. So big inhale and reach. Exhale, take it down. Inhale. 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 One more. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Press into the feet. Open little back bend. And take hands together. You can heel toe everything together, or hop it back to center. From the top of the mat, 2 sun salute A's. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip your flow. From your down dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, and we lift. Exhale, hinge from the hips, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. So I'm skipping a lot of my flows today. And you got a cranky shoulder day happening here. So always move and be where your body needs you to be. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain intention. All right, from here, we're going to step out wide again. Good. So find your prasarita. Good. So find good alignment here. Now, we're going to take this front leg. Toes, knees, and hips are going to turn towards that edge of the mat. Back legs, hip, knees, and toes are going to turn inward. Find your warrior two. It's going to be your starting point here. Good. Now from here, pressing through the back foot, lengthen, 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 lengthen. Find your extended side angle. Forearm can come to the thigh. You can bring a block in here. You've got 3 heights. Being mindful, just like on the other side with warrior 2. We're going to be here a little bit longer. So find the support that you need. Open that chest. Arm can come overside if you want to, over the ear, that is. Breathe. Find it in the front heel. Find it in the back edge of the foot. Your arm can be inside or outside here, so just know that you can do either one. When you're ready, looking down at that front foot. Good. Lengthen coming out of there. Good. We'll turn in that foot. We'll take that to the other side. So hip, knee, and toe turn out this way. Good. Rotate inward that way. Find your warrior 2 on this side. That's your base. And then from here, pressing through the back foot, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. You can take a forearm to the thigh. You can bring a block in here, inside or outside of the foot. Good. And then open up. Breathe. Reconnect with that intention. Press to the back foot. Good. Looking down at the front foot. Good. We'll lengthen. We'll come out of there. Turn that inward. Good. Coming back to the other side. Good. So front, this leg, hip, knee, and toe turn forward. This leg's going to turn in. We're going to come into a triangle from here. From that triangle, we're going to come into a half moon. So if you need that block there, make sure that's there for you. And when you're ready, front hip will come back hip will come forward. Root into the feet like you're trying to rip your mat apart from one end to the other. Keep that front knee soft. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. When you can come no more, come to a thigh, a shin, a block the floor, and we'll open up here. And breathe. Good. Now, some of you will stay here. Those of you that want a little bit of a bonus, maybe that bottom hand can release, top arm can release. Harder than it looks. It's balance and core, also strength in that lower body. And then from here, good, we'll release. Look down at that front foot, put a bend in that front knee. I'm going to reach with my block forward into the side of my foot. Good. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. Don't let them turn inward as you open into your half moon. Good. So I would not practice opening up to the side if you keep turning your foot and everything inward. Practice mastering that before opening up. Opening up when you're in bad form will not magically make you have good form. And we don't want to destroy our hips and our knees and low back in the process. Good. So from here, looking down at that front foot, reach that foot back, come back up. Woo! From here, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Good. It feels good to get out of there. So you can be here. You can walk your hands forward and shift back. Or maybe this time you want to take yogi shin, yogi ankle, or yogi toe, taking elbows out to the side, folding inward. Good. And then from here, we'll come up and release. Good. Little bend in the knees as you come up. Same thing to the other side. So going over here, hip, knee, and toe is going to turn this way. This back, hip, knee, and toe are going to turn inward. Good. From here, when you're ready, good. We're going to find your triangle. So from here, front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. Root into the mat. Soft front knee. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And when you can come no more, good. Take that to a block or to the floor, opening up. Think about a stacking of the shoulders. Good. Now, again, some of you will stay right here. Those of you that want that little bonus, maybe opposite arm comes up, top arm comes overhead. We're rooting, we're engaging, we're strong, we're breathing. Don't forget the breath. Come back to your intention. Good. And then bottom hand will come down. Top arm will come back up. Look down at that front foot. Put a bend in that front knee. Good. We've got that block. It's going to move forward into the side of the foot. Or if you're in no blocks, you can take your hand there forward into the side. Find a few taps to get there. Good. And then maybe we open up here into half moon. Good. Again, so my hip, knee, and toe are tracking forward. I'm not letting them turn inward. Good. Press out of the heel. Good. And then when you're ready, good. Carefully come out of there. Step that back. Come back to standing. Good. From here, hips, knees, and toes are going to turn out away. Big inhale, reach. Exhale, take that down. Sunrise flow again. And we reach. And take it down. And we reach. And we take it down. And reach. And pause. And then from here, just take that all the way back up. Root into the feet. Open again. Little bit of a back bend. And take it up. And take it down. You can heel toe back in. Or hop or step to the top of your mat. 2 sun salutations. Big inhale and we reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose, take or skip your flow. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, and inhale, and we lift. Exhale, hinge, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip that flow. And from your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. All right, we're going to come into an eagle pose from here now. So I have this little balance and stability trick that I like for those of us that cannot wrap the leg all the way around the other leg. So I've got a block here, and you may or may not use it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But because my left leg is going to be my supporting leg first, I've got that block on the outside of the left leg. Good. So from here, good. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. We're going to come into a little bit of a squat. Good. I'm going to pick up this leg, and I'm going to internally rotate it. So toes, knees, and hips turn inward as I cross over. Now, if you can wrap the leg here, you can. Otherwise, maybe you take a toe on that block. Arms out to the side. Right arm on top of the left. You can hug yourself or you can wrap yourself. Find what you need. Squeeze at the thigh. Good. Stay with the breath. Couple more if you can. And then when you're ready, carefully undo the legs first. And we'll come up, undo the arms, and we'll shake all of that back. All right, we'll take that right into the other side. I'm just gonna roll my block over there. Good, so from here, starting on the right leg, good, hip, knee, and toe track, good, and a soft knee, find that little chair, good. Your left leg will pick up, will internally rotate it as you cross, maybe wrap around, so I can almost get it, not quite, or maybe take a toe to your block, arms to the side, left arm on top, hug yourself or wrap, squeeze everything up and into the midline. Good, always coming back to breath and intention. Now when you're ready, carefully undo the legs. We'll come all the way up, release the arms, and we'll shake that out. And we'll shake out this leg too. Okay, coming back to the top of the mat, 2 sun salutations again. We're gonna start to take it back down to the mat and do some things there. So big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, reach and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. From the down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. As you rise, shift the weight into the left foot, pick up the right foot. Ooh, didn't see that balance challenge coming. Good. So the higher you take your leg, the harder it is. Don't move higher if you're not stable when you're lower. Could you press out of the hip by pressing into the heel, growing a little bit taller? And we'll take that foot down. Inhale, exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Don't root, engage, and rise. Step or hop back the feet. Find your flow or skip it. Sorry about that. My brain got a little bit ahead of where we were. And from the downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Now we'll root, engage, and rise. Weight into the right foot, pick up that left foot. Go only to where you're stable. And then once you feel that stability, really press and root that right foot down. Lift up out of that hip, grow taller. Good. And take that foot down. Last time through, inhale, exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. Next to last flow of this class. So what we're going to do from here, from this downward facing dog, is we're going to come into a pigeon. So if you cannot do belly down pigeon, coming onto your back for figure 4 will be for you. So we're going to start with the left leg. And let's open up a little bit here too before we do that. So bending that left knee, just opening to the left, strong, even upper body. You can hold it here in this fire hydrant, or you can open and close a few times. Let's kind of do what feels good to your body. Good. And then when you're ready, good. We'll take that foot down. We'll take that into the other side first. So right leg will lift, bending that knee, opening to the right. You can hang out there, or you can open and close. Good. And then that foot will come down. So left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round. And that knee is going to come up behind that left wrist. So remember, we want a little bit of an angle here with the shin. We don't want it to be completely tucked back here. We don't want the shin to be parallel to the short edge of the mat. That's an older cue. And if you come here and you've got a lot of space under the left hip, or you don't have any props to put under there, your figure 4 is going to be onto your back. You're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. Same hip rotation, just less intense on the joints. Good. And just kind of settle in. Remember, pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal sensations. So we want to back off if you feel any of those. Good, and then from here, if you went belly down, we'll carefully come back up from there, tucking the toes, lifting, finding down dog. Good, those of you that went onto your back, you can take knees into your chest or roll over to your side and come back to down dog. If you want to take one more final flow of this class, then feel free to flow through here. I'm just going to kind of hang out in a down dog for a moment. Good, and then from here, everything else is the same, but just on the other side. So if you need to come onto your back, just drop your knees. You'll roll onto your back. You'll cross your right ankle over the left knee. Otherwise, that right leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee. Take that forward. Good. So find your spot. Fill in any space under here that you need to. And we'll breathe. And then when you're ready, if you're on your back, you can take your knees back into your chest here for a moment and roll over to your side for a seat. Everyone else, good. I'm just going to come out of here through a down dog for a moment just to kind of lengthen for a moment. And then I'm just going to drop onto my knees. Good. And then we'll find a seat here. So from here, we're going to start with Dandasana. And I'm going to show this to you from a side angle because I think it just works better that way for demonstration purposes. And you can sit up on a blanket if you need one. But from here, our legs are going to be together as best as you can. And I'm going to go ahead and come into a little bit of an anterior tilt here as well. So as I rock my hip bones forward, my tailbone's coming back. Good. Now, I'm going to take my hands right by my hips. Make sure your hands are right by your hips. If your hands are behind your hips, this will not work very well. So you need your hands right in front of your hips. So straight down from the shoulder. Good. And then rolling your shoulders back, I'm pressing in, I'm lengthening through my legs. It should be some work to be here. Your bottom is not lifting up off the floor. Now think about growing tall. And this is harder if you've got short arms. Sometimes blocks or sitting on that folded blanket helps. Good. My heels are lifted off the floor. And then from here, once you have this engagement, see if you can keep it as you take your arms out to the side, taking them up overhead. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Now find your forward fold. Breathe and expand into the back body. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, coming up out of there. Good. Taking the peace fingers behind your knees, just pull them up. So soles of the feet are going to come together here. Good for Baddha Konasana. So if you're really tight in the hips, and you'll know that because your knees want to come up a little bit here. If you've got a couple blocks, you can put them at an angle that'll kind of support your knees here where it's not as, a harsh edge poking in there. You can also do pillows or folded blankets if you're home. And then from here with a nice tall spine, inhale, exhale, we'll hinge and fold. Breathe. And then from here, when you're ready, inhale, exhale, we'll carefully come up out of there. Good. Bringing in the knees. Good. So from here, different options for different people. Good. You can choose to keep your left leg long this entire time. And maybe you don't do anything else with the legs and you just twist from here. You can bring in the right foot and keep it here. You can cross it over. Both hips stay grounded. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right, arm on the outside or the inside. Rolling the shoulders back, looking behind you. Twisting from length. Inhale, exhale, we'll come back to center. Carefully undo. We'll take that to the other side so your right leg can stay long or both legs long. You can bring in the left foot. You can cross it over. Good. Finding length. Big inhale. Exhale, twisting to the left. Rolling that back shoulder back. Looking behind you. Breathing and expanding. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll carefully come back in and we'll undo and shake, shake, shake. Good. We're going to come onto the back here. Have at least one block and your strap within your reach. And we'll do this with a core roll down here too. So if it's not good for you or you don't want to do it, just go ahead and come onto your back. Your knees can also be bent here and you can hold on if you need that. But I'm going to take my legs long and arms are long. Big inhale, exhale, get that deep C curve scoop, 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 scoop as you come down. Good. And then once you come down there, you can take the knees into the chest. Rock, 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 side to side. Maybe taking hands to the knees and maybe making some circles, just massaging that low back, the sacrum. Good. And then when you're ready, maybe taking that in the opposite direction. Good. So from here, we're going to come into a bridge. We're going to come into a couple bridges here. This first one is basic. So from here, I'm just going to roll my shoulders back. Good. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track hip width apart. Good. And then whenever you're ready, pressing evenly into both feet. Good. And we'll lift up. Your body will let you know when you should not lift up any higher. Good. Try to keep hips and knees and feet in that alignment. Try not to take them out or fall in or anything like that. And then from here, we'll take that down. Good. Bring knees into the chest. So this next bridge is freestyle bridge, and that means any bridge of your choice that is in your practice. And you've got your strap and your block today. So you can do the basic that we just did. You can have a block underneath the sacrum. I recommend a ranch house or townhouse for that. So both sits bones and the tailbone could be supported. This only supports the tailbone. It's not really good for your hips. So you can do that one. You can bring the heels in, try for an ankle bind. If you can't reach, you've got your strap to help you with that. And coming up and in, same thing. If you want to clasp the hands underneath, you can do that with or without a strap as well. You can practice lifting one leg at a time if you want to do that. Maybe the full back bend is in your practice. Maybe you want to lift up on the toes or rock back on the heels. Find yours. Good. And then once you found yours, carefully come out. And how you come out is going to depend on where you went. And once you come out of there, take your knees into your chest and rock, rock, rock side to side. Gently take head and neck from side to side. Good. We're going to come into a happy baby here. So from here, or happy adult, I'll get there in a moment. Good. So feet are going to be in flexion. So you're taking your toes towards the ground, kind of like you're standing on that ceiling. Hips, knees, and toes are turning out. You can grab the outside of the feet, the inside of the feet, or yogi toe. And maybe this isn't a good place for you today. Maybe happy adult is a better option for you. And maybe you grab at the shins or the ankles. Feet won't touch here. But find a little length from crown to tail. And you can rock your baby or your adult if you want to. But I'm going to stay right here in stillness. Good. And then from here, carefully release. Grab your strap. We're going to take the right foot into that strap. Good. Your other leg can be bent or lengthened. Just make sure you do what's appropriate for your body. Have a strap in each hand. And we're going to do this dynamically a little bit here. So we're just going to let that leg come forward and then come back in and touch the stretch. And come forward and come back and touch the stretch. Come forward. We'll come back and we'll hold the stretch. Keep softness in the knee. Remember, pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal. Good. And we'll release both straps into the right hand. I'm going to turn toes, knees, and hips out away from the body. So I'm coming to an external rotation here. The heel will swing inward. Both hips, both shoulders stay grounded as you take that leg out to the right. If your left hip is popping up, your leg is too far to the right, lift it up a little bit until it grounds. Good, and we'll bring that back up. Toes, knees, and hips are going to come back facing the face. Extend the other leg long if you had it bent. Both straps into the left hand. Good. You can arc the leg over 45 degrees-ish with a long leg or a bend in the knee. Or you can take that leg all the way over, keeping leg in line with the hip. So if you can't keep it there, prop it up with something. But 45 degrees is going to be the best for me today. So the reason I cue keeping that leg in line with the hip versus letting it flop on the floor, it protects the SI joints and the low back. Previously thought that they could not move, the joint was immovable, but it actually moves just enough to cause a problem if we're not careful. So we want to prevent that from happening. And we'll bring that back up. Good. From here, just do a midair switcheroo. Right knee could be bent or extended long. Find the grips on your strap that you need. Here's that little dynamic stretch. So we'll take that forward and we'll come back and touch the stretch and come back forward. Come back and touch the stretch one more time. Take it forward. Come back and find your stretch. Good. Finding length from crown to tail. So upper body is grounded. And release. Both straps into the left hand. Hips, knees, and toes. If that left leg are going to turn out away from the body, both hips stay grounded. Take that leg out to the left. Keep both hips grounded. And then when you're ready, good, we'll bring that leg back in. Toes, knees, and hips are going to come back facing the face. Extend this leg long here. Good, switching out the hands. And then you choose, you can do your 45-degree arc with a long leg or a bend in the knee, or you can take it all the way over, keeping it in line with the hip, propping it up if you need to. Breathe and expand. And then when you're ready, good, we'll take that back up. Good, we'll remove that foot from the strap, bringing knees into the chest, rock, 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 side to side. Good, and we're gonna come to one more final twisty together. So just another little hip opening here. So taking the feet as wide as your mat, arms can come out to the side. Let your knees fall towards the right. And then on the left side, your left hip's going to come up a little bit. Make sure that left low back, left hip, left knee are okay. You can press the inner arch, the inner left foot into the mat. That might help some. If this still does not feel okay, come out. If it feels okay and you want to stay, you can stay, or you can pick up the right ankle, putting on top of that thigh. It needs to be on the thigh, not the knee joint, and you can deepen that opening through the psoas. And we'll release and come back to center, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Taking that to the other side, letting the knees come over to the left. Right hip's gonna come up a little bit when you do that, maybe pressing the right inner foot into the floor. As long as everything is okay, you can stay or move on. If not, please come out. If you're moving on, take that left ankle on top of that thigh. Just deepening that opening. And feel it right through here. And release and come to center, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. We're going to go right into Shavasana from here. So you can take everything long and let it flop open. If you have a back like mine, maybe it doesn't like that. Maybe a bend in the knees is better for you. Maybe rolling over to your side or you're being on your belly or finding some other kind of props you want to bring in here would be a good idea for you. And then once you decided where you're going to go, could you make yourself about 10% more comfortable? And I'll leave you right here to practice the hardest yoga pose of all, being still. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness or invite movement of fingers and toes, maybe running thumbs along the edges of the fingertips. Choose stillness or taking knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body lowered, or maybe you want to lift it up into a full body hug. Then choosing stillness or moving any props out of the way if you used any during Shavasana time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex through the feet. Bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bend in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Choosing to stay here as long as you want or need to, but when you're ready, we'll carefully come to a comfortable seat where we normally start our yoga practice. And finding a nice tall spine, noticing how you feel now versus when you started. Palms up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in heart center. Reconnecting with that intention you made one final time. Grounding, rooting, the color red or your own. We'll take the thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to our lips for good and kind words, and to our hearts for open and loving hearts, knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well, may you have a wonderful day, evening, week, month ahead. Namaste.